And welcome back to the studios. We were talking to Stuart and David on golf. In fact, before we go any further, let's have a quick roundup. Stuart, just give us a quick highlight of what was happening so far. You touched upon earlier, quite happy with the results so far, and you reckon they're going to be coming back strongly?
We're up in 2 games, and we're down in the other 2. So if that stands, it's going to be 2 points each, and we're still going to be 3 points behind. I'm shooting 8, 9 under.
They're totally committed, aren't they?
Absolutely
That's practice. I mean, they practice like every day, 5-6 hours, don't they?
I mean, look at the money in the sport now. Jack Nicklaus said last week that now a player finishing 5th in a big tournament makes more money than he made in a whole year.
Is that right?
Best years.
Yeah, I mean,
different ball game now.
Yeah.
On the prize money alone, is this advertising and all the add-ons?
No,
as well?
the prize money for 5th in a big competition is more than he made in a whole year.
That's incredible, isn't it?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, somebody like Padraig Harrington now can command an appearance fee of £100,000 before he steps onto a golf course.
That's amazing.
So if you want him in your competitions, and he feels like, or he doesn't have the commitment to play it, or the contractual rights, £1,000 in his pocket just to pitch up there with a chance of winning, I think it's a different game entirely nowadays.
On that subject, the week that was, I was going to turn the clock backwards, and I know you didn't want to bring this one up, but I'm going to bring it up. So Man United there, what happened? I know you weren't here. Man United, let's do the first things. Man United Liverpool, what a turning point that was.
It certainly was.
Did you see the game, David?
I did, yes.
And what's the excuse this time? Come on.
No excuse.
I think Ferguson's got something to do with this. He gave us his point of view last week. Let's just 3-1 last week, whilst Middlesbrough, I think they've had a great start, but now beginning to show their frailties. I think mid-table teams. But what do you reckon today's result then? It's at the moment, as far as I know, it's still 0-0.
I think it's got a draw written all over it. There's 2 mediocre teams, really.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of tension with it being a North-East derby.
I'm going to put my neck on the block there. I reckon key goals on the door. Stuart, you're going to have a view on this one? Blackburn, Fulham.
Yeah,
they're at home at Ewood Park.
I mean, I think the Fulham squad now and what Roy Hodgson has done. I mean, I think he's got there's belief back in that club.
Exactly.
And I fancied them. I fancied them to nick it by a goal to 0. I think they'll do it. I mean, they've got an England squad player out now. I mean, he didn't play, but I mean, he's full of confidence, Jimmy Bullard, and so he's absolutely as nutty as a bag of spanners. He really is
one of the characters of our modern game.
I think he's more than that, Alan. I think he's absolutely a lunatic.
Incidentally, final score on that one, Sunderland ended up winning 2-0, so that's the final score. That's full time.
Oh, right.
Sunderland 2, Middlesbrough 0. So that's a good one for the Black Cats.
That's a very good win for Sunderland.
Yeah. Brilliant, very good. Right, moving on. So before we move on, actually, David, commit yourself here.